Oh yeah!
Right, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we're going to be checking out a variety of content, and then if there's time afterwards, we're going to jump into the tropical park and mess around a bit. Kings Island Nerd, what's going on, man? Alright, so first up I'm going to go onto the workshop and wait for it to come online, which usually takes a minute or two. Or like 30 seconds. It's not usually a full minute, although it has taken on a couple occasions over a minute. Okay, there it is. Oh, Son of Beast recreation, yeah. Caught my eye. That's a pretty pool. Dale, what's going on, man? Yar! Good evening, my lord. Wait, wrong stream. What up, Cookie Pirate? Alright, let's go in, choose a biome. I usually just go by tropical. It's the first one in the list. Okay. So, the first thing that we have is a wooden coaster. It's at, well, no, it's an RMC. Very cool. And then we have the number 18, the Iceman. Oh, it's a mock launch. Alright. So let's go ahead and place that. The Batwing. No. What son of beast was that? Add Cedar Point. Oh. Alright, so let's trench that. Well, yeah, just trench it. I was gonna say we couldn't close it as a tunnel, but I think that's fine. Alright, so two cool coasters, both built by Dale here. And let's go with the Oh, this is a launched. Oh no, it's a chain lift. Never mind. Just from the distance, it looked like it was rendered like a launch, but no. So. Tortigan Tales, what's up? G3 sucks! Alright, here we go. This is a pretty coaster, too. I actually like the color scheme. It's fast lift hill. Dang Dale, it's a big RMC, yeah. It's like a double Sidewinder. Interestingly banked zero-G roller stall. Ooh. Alright. I normally don't start with showcase stuff. Usually wait until some more people get here, but because we have a lot to look at tonight, there's a fair bit. Alright. So, welcome to American Wood. It's an interesting coaster. I'm going to start with what I don't like about it, and I really noticed this. There are very few moments of airtime on this. And RMCs are airtime machines. So the first 2/3 of the coaster is inversion, sweeping turn, inversion, sweeping turn. And so I feel like a little bit more variety in the first half of the ride would actually be good. I'm missing some of the airtime moments. You really only get 2 solid pops of airtime. Now it's true at the top of some of these inversions you're gonna get a bit of hang time. But the first drop is really unique and interesting. I like that. Now moving on to the things that I do like, although there's one I wanted to point out. The profiling in a couple of these is a little bit awkward. Like right here you have a big helix. I almost would like to see some like off-axis airtime. This is kinda an awkward profile, and then it whips you around a bit. And the end here, you have a really abrupt going downhill. That is going to be a sharp increase on your laterals and probably somewhat on your verticals as well. Now on the bright side, like I mentioned, I love the first drop. I think it's really unique. I do like the inversions that you've included. They're pretty unique. So you have kind of like a, it's not really an Immelman, it's more of like a reverse sidewinder. Then you got another one. It kind of curves around into another one up here. It's pronounced Cookie Pirate. Actually came up with a coaster concept to one of my buddies last night. Imagine if Vekoma combined their fly coaster with the tilt coaster and made a flying tilt coaster. Whoa! Hey Ben Player, what's going on, man? These are 2 coasters that Dale built. We just covered the first one here. I even came up with the perfect name for that coaster concept. You could call it Dementophobia, which means the fear of losing one's mind. Embrace the madness! Just kind of funny coming from the Shivering Isles Oblivion stream I did earlier, where madness is the theme of that whole place. So my big thing about this is I want more airtime. The coaster overall is pretty smooth, which is nice. It does have a couple kind of jerky transitions. Not too much. It's a little rough kind of coming through here. The transition's a bit awkward, and then at the very end. But overall, it's a very smooth, graceful coaster. And your, wait, does your fear... Does it have to be 4.01 to become green? Or does it have to be 4.5 or something else? I was going to say 4 should be green. I thought it was between 4 and 6. Was there no airtime in the score? Oh, wow. There was not. I expected that it would give you a little bit off the top of that and that, but the pacing may suffer too much to provide airtime. Let's look and see. Oh. Switch to previous. It looks like the top of your floater's here. Maybe it just doesn't go low enough to count on that hill. Ah! It separates. Because of the separate stations. I wish it didn't take that into account. It doesn't make sense. I would tell you what I would do here. Keep it. I would roll this out, give you some pops, some like bunny hip. Excuse me. Instead of as large and gradual of a hill right there, keep it going out in this direction, and that would let you profile a smoother turn into the final brakes, and you really could do away with the separate station here. I don't think it's really needed in this case. And just extend your station a little bit and you'd be fine there. I have a cool name idea. Do it live on air. Just kidding. I mean, I could spend a little bit of time reworking it, but it would take a bit. Yeah, you do pull some pretty tight G's right down there. Can we do my park next? I have to leave in 1 hour. I don't know we're doing parks tonight. I've got coaster. Well, we're gonna take a look at the collab park that they all started. Well, you do get. I wonder if it's because it doesn't get to 0 and it doesn't count as airtime. I mean, that's basically floater, but not quite. Alright, pause there. We don't have to, though. Didn't we look at your park a couple days ago, unless you're talking about a new one? Yeah, right here is where you start to yank some high laterals. Coming up into the brakes right there, it tapers back and then it peaks again. But everywhere else, your laterals are actually pretty well in check. That's not as high as I was thinking it would be, but that's a little bit high. I would maybe make that just a little bit more gradual. Have it tighten the turn the higher up you go. As the train loses momentum, you can take a tighter turn without forcing as high G-forces. Jimper's coasties are next level, by the way, yeah. He makes some really good ones, without a doubt. This is not bad. There are definitely a couple tweaks I would want to make to it, but this is not bad. Moving on to your second coaster. Iceman Mock Launch. I like a good... Oh, this one actually is a chain lift. It's the Mock Launch model. Let's go. That should be some pretty good airtime right there. And like another Sidewinder. Oh, demonic knot. And one of my favorites, the Batwing. I like that roll. Alright. That is pretty good. I like that. Alright. Over here, kind of, I'm thinking the same thing, as you probably need to have your brakes hit harder. Because you still pull through that unbanked turn pretty quick. I like the layout of this. Interesting first drop. I would bank that a little bit more. It's not bad down toward the bottom. But I feel like up through here it probably should bank a bit more. Nice airtime hill right before you get into the inversions. This is actually, is this a custom? No. It's a butterfly roll. Okay. Yeah, it is quite realistic aside from the brakes. Yeah. So the butterfly is almost like a sea serpent except for the fact of the way that it kind of crosses over and through itself. Demonic Knot, and then the Batwing. I really like this. I was going to say it felt more like a large barrel roll, but it does have a little bit of a profiling of a 0G. And then you have this 90-degree banked, very tight kind of speed helix. So what's cool is you're giving a diverse range of forces. You're giving airtime, positive Gs, little bit of hang time, strong positive Gs. See how this came out. Oh yeah, look at that right there. It's actually a relatively intense ride. 3 in the green. You look at your forces, your G forces are definitely kind of more on point. Look at the airtime. 1 airtime, of course, it's that, but it provides almost 3 seconds. Pause that right before it pulls into the station there. We can look at all of that there. Okay. Your first drop is really good. Here's your giant airtime hill. That provides you 3 seconds of airtime right there. And then your forces get a little bit strong coming out of that into the butterfly roll. And you may get a little, not really much hang time, as it does keep you in your seat. But you do get the idea that you're kind of loosening up in the chair a little bit. Same thing there. Pull some pretty intense Gs through that. But butterfly inversions are known for that. You do get a little bit of hang time through the Demonic Knot, which is nice. Batwing. Oh, yeah, see, this is probably where it's spiking, coming through the Batwing. I would taper that back a little bit. And one trick that I've found is, depending on how you set the piece of track before you go into your inversion can moderate, or it can actually shorten and pull a greater force on the entrance into your inversion. What's going on, JP? Is I have a very fun coaster for you if you have time. You can drop the coaster. Yeah, coasters are fine. Come through that. You get this really nice 0G roll. Interesting that the roll actually provides more kind of air or hang time beyond the halfway point of it. And then, yeah, you pull some pretty intense forces, which I expected would happen, coming through that helix. Oysters! Rockefeller, Rockabilly Roundup. Oh, gosh. You switch to your laterals. So this is actually profiled. Alright, there's not a whole lot. Still working on it a bit. I'll give it when it's ready. Is that okay? It depends on how much time it's going to be. Otherwise, we'll save it for another night. Let's go through that. Now, you're going to pull some going through this. This is a pretty whippy version. You're going to pull some for the Demonic Knot. Nothing unusual. Batwing. Yeah, I would definitely redo the braking a little bit. My coaster doesn't have a lot of Gs. Well, that can be a good thing, but if you don't have any spots of airtime or like strong positive G-forces within reason, then that is when people say that your coaster is forceless, and that's not really a good thing, because it's then just not all that exciting. So it depends on how you do it. But this is really solid. I definitely like this coaster better. It's a real creative layout. They call me G-Unit. Alright, cool. So thanks for sharing those, man. I say they both can be tweaked, but you've got really interesting concepts and pretty solid layouts. I actually really like the layout of the RMC. I'm missing that airtime. And then this is solid all around, just a couple minor tweaks, and I think you've got a really fun, solid coaster right here. You have a quarter of the collab park covered. I do want to jump into that as everybody's kind of been talking about it and working on it. Editing locked. Jimpers must be in it. Well, that sucks because I don't think we're going to be able to ride the rides with it locked. Now we can just take a look. So we've got, alright, the same two coasters that Dale made and just showcased. Oh, look at the river rapids. I love a good river rapids. This looks beautiful. Shameless Chief Beef advertising right up here on the screen. A beautiful modular souvenir shop. Some like little hammock chairs almost. We're working on it. Yeah, it's a beautiful start. I'm impressed. I've seen you all been pretty active in the Discord server, which is nice to see. And yeah, I've got a solid start. I really like this river rapids. And then we've got a boomerang over here. Just a typical Vekoma boomerang, not too fancy. And then I've heard really good things about this invert. No, I can't even click on it. So yeah, we'll have to come back and ride it at some point. Hey, Darkhound Doom, welcome back. Good to see ya. Let me guess this was done by Dale. Train station right at the entrance of the park. Hey, Jimpers, what's going on? The park is locked by you. A ton of entrance gates. Holy cow. Is that 25? Yeah, there's 5 in a set. Yeah, 25 entrance gates. That's a whole lot. The station was you? Alright. Well, I think that's a really cool start. The question is Dale the one that asked for it? Because we know he goes bonkers over transport rides. Whoa. There's a giant, like rock sculpture. Wait a second. Is this supposed to be a toilet? Oh, man. Didn't even ask. Wow. Alright. Made it my own dominion. Alright. Well, I like it. I like the idea of that. This is funny. Got a giant rock arch with a toilet bowl fountain or lake. Oh, look at this on the path right here. T3 sucks. Oh. Can I add a ride to the park using blueprints? I think what you would have to do is make one, and then somebody could upload it. Or you could upload it, and then... yeah, somebody else could actually, like, place it. I may or may not have deleted the huge coasters in the back. Oh, that is epic right here. I really enjoyed the layouts, but they were just too intense. Well, Jimpers, I think the layouts are solid. So maybe instead of deleting them, or maybe they could be moved somewhere else in the park, but I think perhaps maybe a tweak, especially I really like the mock launch, even though it's not really a launch, but this one is. I think this one is really nice. Not as hot in the RMC. I think it's got a really cool layout, but I was just saying before that I think it needs more airtime. So maybe that could be kind of retweaked a bit. Or just kind of revamped. But this over here I think is pretty solid with a few minor changes. It would be... Oh, and the arrow is probably pointing ground level. This river rapids is beautiful. I really like this. Look at the spinning barrels that kind of help generate the rapids. Ah. There's a restaurant. I like this. That is pretty. It's got some cover, but the light comes through. Well, I know what Dale's going to be doing when he's not on Vandal Watch. Be hanging out here, sipping an ice-cold beer. This is like a log cabin that's so cool. I really like this. I actually like the ride entrance over here. When you walk down here, that is an interesting platform. I really like how it's incorporated into the gift shop and stuff. I talked with Bandplayer before deleting anything, as I wouldn't delete anything without multiple people confirming. Well, and that's a good thing to do. Oh, yeah. That was stupid. Alright, let me get out and go back in if it is unlocked. I really want to check out Jimper's Invert. Yeah, no, that looks absolutely fantastic. There we go. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh. Oh, okay. Now I can. Just uploaded the changes. Oh, okay. It was interesting because it said it was available. Alright, now I can go in here. Go on the center track here. Fantastic zero-G roll as always. And into the final. Man, what an awesome layout. I would say I love the layout of this coaster first and foremost. A nice tight vertical loop. And a nice corkscrew right before you come up into the final brakes, and you kind of have a dip, give a little bit of force. I say it even probably doesn't really provide airtime, but one thing that I feel that this coaster needs is a little bit more speed. Actually, it does seem to kind of crawl a little bit through the second half. Are we sure Jumper isn't the reincarnation of Albert Tesla? Ah! No, we are not. I think in the first half it's really good. You get this hang time up at the top of the Cobra roll. You lower the friction. Yeah, I think that may help a little bit. Slow down the mid-course. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it loses too much momentum through that. Speed up, yeah. Yeah, make the mid-course hit less. That Immelman is really nicely profiled. The zero-G roll is fantastically profiled. As always. So good. Maybe even a little bit through the Cobra roll. I have to check the forces. If it provides hang time, great. And if it doesn't, then I feel like maybe it could even be just a little bit more snappy. And I think it Cobra rolls on inverts. and Batwings, I do think of that kind of snap feeling when it rolls you back into the half-loop sections. But overall, this is a really solid coaster. The timing, the pacing overall is really good. I do think it needs a little bit more speed, particularly through the second half. Really, and if I had to pick one thing I don't like about it, it probably would be this, like, almost 315-degree helix. The coaster is kind of like, it is like Banshee. Yep, Cobra Roll was as Banana Roll. No, not really, because this you do roll pretty back close to upright. It is a wide, drawn-out Cobra Roll, but the Banana Roll would actually have it curve back around, kind of like that. We look at that. Why is the intensity so low? It might be just because of the speed. Tops out at 60 miles an hour, which is a pretty solid speed for the invert. It's not super tall. G-forces are definitely pretty good. Thanks for deleting my coasters, Jimbers. Oh, well, the River Rapids isn't here either. Planning on adding those types of coasters in the future. Yeah, I don't like the River Rapids being taken out. I mean, you could always place it in a different area. I do like how compact this loop is, and I think that fits really well. If it goes faster, that would actually pull some tighter G's, but it does feel like it kind of just meanders through here. Corkscrew's nice, get some good hang time at the top of the corkscrew. Fantastic at the top of the Immelman, and a really, really good 0G roll. According to Band Player, the River Rapids were a blueprint. Oh. Well, I really liked it, though. Yeah, you can see the hang time up here at the Cobra Roll. Laterals are very tempered throughout, which is good. And if you look at that, the first drop is really good. Going through the Immelman is not bad, excitement-wise. The 0G roll is the highlight. Yeah, maybe the Cobra Roll needs to provide either more hang time or maybe needs to be tightened up a little bit. But this is a solid invert. I love the layout of it. I like the progression of inversions. At first I was like, I hope there's a vertical loop somewhere. And we got one. So it's nice you transition. The first 4 before the mid-course are kind of large, graceful. And then you just kind of amp the speed up a little bit and you'd get a really solid, punchy vertical loop and corkscrew. Thanks for leaving the toilet, guys. It will return just in a different form. And thanks for leaving the T3 sucks path. Should just line this with speakers that just shout T3 sucks. Put a bathroom stall in the rock toilet. Oh man. Not gonna ride the boomerang. We all know what the Vekoma boomerangs go like, but it's not a bad one. Strawberry Jam, what's going on? I've got a coaster I want to see what you think of. Okay. The Funderland Mickey Mouses, we place 20 miscellaneous toilet symbols throughout the park. Haha! Alright, there we go. So I didn't do anything other than go in and look at the rides, so no sense in uploading the change there. Boomerang, but the layout is T3. Alright, let me go back in. Let me grab a coaster from... Excuse me. This isn't going to be a really long stream, because I'm just kind of focused on looking at things. And I've got to get up and go to work tomorrow morning. You don't have to. If you do what I did, you go back in and revert local changes, it discards them. Hey, look, it's Greg's. Is this a hang time at Knott's recreation? Yeah, it is. Interesting. That's a coaster I'd like to actually check out. I've heard mixed things about it, but it does seem like it would be kind of fun. Pirate Restaurant, Captain Pearl's Pub. Ah! Ooh, there's some pretty cool stuff there. Strawberry Jam, check your code. It's not working. Let me just double check on my end. B6Q PR6. Nope. Alright, don't double oh. Actually, yeah, you might have to double check your code. Or I have to double check it. Triple check it. There we go. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Also, when you go look at my coaster Leave at Night, I promise it'll make it a way better ride experience. Underworld coaster, can't say the name. Yeah, I typed it wrong. That was on me. False alarm. Airtime! Yay! And back into the station. Alright, so I'm gonna actually let this play again, and I'm gonna point something out. See a little bit of a jerky transition right there. That didn't really catch my eye the first time. That right here kinda does. You see how it whips you around, and then it kind of seems like you go straight, and then it whips you around again a couple times. I would reprofile that. or smooth it. But that's done pretty nicely. It's a really interesting, and then a little bit of a jerky transition into that helix right, or not helix, but turnaround right there. But, overall, I like that layout. It's fun, it's punchy. You've got some interesting elements to it. Hey, what's going on? Welcome, SpongeBob. Yes, with the toilet symbols, but I like the water sounds when messing around. Been putting in all my time, work, and energy into the collab park, Magic Islands, and resorts with Bromik. I'll look at that at some point. Fun coaster. Looks like it could actually use a little bit more intensity. But no, overall, this is solid. Here, G-forces aren't bad. It's just a couple of the transitions felt a little bit awkward in some places. Yeah, that's really good right there. Does get a little bit tight right here, but I don't think that was any. I think it peaked at like 4.9. Yeah, just under 5. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, fun layout. Interesting elements. This is nice. And, oh, look at that pop of ejector. Surprise! And then I really like this airtime hill right here, up into the brake run. Now, one thing about this for an Intamin Blitz is it doesn't have a switch track, and I'm okay with that. I don't think they all need to have like switch tracks and stuff like that. This could really make it feel like a Cheetah Hunt, or like your mock launch coasters that don't incorporate switch tracks. Which, the switch tracks can provide some really cool, unique opportunities, but they can also, if not done well, they can hurt the pacing. I think what you need to do... It is block sectioned, and you don't have 2 trains. That may be part of it. Let me try something. I'm gonna do a quick modification to this. We're gonna run some brakes. Try using these 4-meter pieces. And then we'll do blocks. Oh, the Devil's Chariot. Oh, yeah, okay. I see why you can't say the name. And it still doesn't. No, for whatever reason, it still doesn't let you. Interesting. Those 2 coasters are the definition of world-class execution. What would happen if we put trims... Oh, will it not let you? Oh no, it will, okay. Why is it... Maybe we need to put the blocks further back? I went the wrong way. And then I went too far. Why in the world? Yeah, now it'll let you run too. That's why he's there. I'm gonna get to work tomorrow on those. That's gonna be neat. Yeah, so you'd probably just have to play around with the brakes a little bit. You don't even have to slow that one down too much. But yeah, this coaster really needs a second train due to the length and the ride time. It's a really punchy launch, which I like. So yeah, I think you could modify and just play around with the end just a little bit. Try to get yourself those brakes adjusted to get that second train. I would be unhappy to go into a park and see a coaster that looks like this, that looks as much fun as it does, to have it running only a single train. And I mean, that really goes for most coasters, in my opinion, but yeah, no. So, Strawberry Jam, you did a great job with this. This is really neat. Just needs a little bit of tweaking. Get the second train on there, and then I would maybe... Did you custom? Yeah, you did. Smooth these out a little bit. You are using kind of long track pieces. So maybe going with a shorter track piece might help with that. But really with this, I mean, you should still be able to smooth it fine. Just in a couple of those spots where you have a little bit of that jerky transition. Even my kiddie coasters run too. Yeah, I would agree with that. With the exception of the EF Miler. Because most of those will actually do like 2 laps, and you can't do that with multiple trains. So yeah, overall I would say that is a quite solid ride. I enjoyed that. So thanks for sharing. Alright, a reminder for another time, we will have another look at Kings Island's arc. Maybe added some stuff or revamped a couple things. JP, is your coaster ready? Technically ready, just need to... Oh, I have perfect timing! As soon as I said that, your message popped up in the chat for me. Go ahead, drop the code when you're ready. Oh, Canada, King Coaster's here for you. And then you've got Chief Beef way down under in Australia. Golby Rex is exploring Machu Picchu. Saguaro serenading in Cuba. Cosmic Cow is like bouncing on Poland. And Bodhi in South Africa. Wow. And Queen Splash just made a splash on top of Mount Everest. Oh man. I'm having too much fun with that. Oh, you have to restart PC too? Alright. I can wait. And then you've got the underground submarine tunnels in Antarctica. I know it's a short stream tonight, but I think we'll check out JP's and I'm gonna call it a night. It was a long day. I actually got home late from work, so get myself in bed, get a little rest. Got a long day coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be quite a long day. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Uh-huh. Singing off key. It's alright. Did Bromik put anything on the workshop? We can look. Still number 1 at the top of the board. Huge resort. Well, it would if the game had hotels. They said they were going to add them in, so hopefully at some point in the near future we get them. And then yeah, that was it. These have been on here for a couple days. This is absolutely beautiful, and I believe he actually uploaded this from the park that he had been doing. Aquatorium. That's pretty cool. It's a whole new park. That's where the resort comes from. I really like this right here. Buccaneers, that's the restaurant he made for, or maybe not for my park, but that I added in. And yeah, some cool stuff. Alright, JP's got the code on the workshop. Actually, if you just uploaded it, it may be here on the first page. It's not. Interesting, it usually show up. You know what they should do? They should do what they did with gift shops and restaurants. They should make the hotels modular. I have a feeling... No, that would be too elaborate. Alright, it's a pork. Keep it at night, as you said. I think the ability to add modular hotels would be really cool. I think that would be... I think the mechanics of that, as just difficult as sometimes doing the modular souvenir shops, restaurants to a lesser extent, but I think the modular souvenir shops are very elaborate. And, beware of T3. So it is a park layout, but it looks like it's just one coaster. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is beautifully presented. Just right off the bat looking at it. Ha! It's called T3 Sucks. Oh, man. actually, first let me switch the view, get that in place. Front bumper and start. And this was for a video. Okay. Is there a switch track? Ooh, yep. Whoa. Oh, that's way too forceful right there. Great hang time at the top of that. That's... Whoa. Almost thought we were going to roll back again. And back into the station. Station is beautiful. I like the green crystals and everything. That's pretty cool. Alright. And this caught my eye and I didn't want to mention it at the beginning of the view. Your excitement is in the red. Or orange. Your fear is high and your nausea is... While they're in the green, that's pushing it in terms of nausea. You usually get that for much more exciting and intense coasters. And that tells me, from what I noticed, in a few spots, your lateral Gs are probably through the roof. Yeah. Over 5. Your vertical Gs are good. So the way you've profiled your hills and your inversions are very good, but your laterals are... those would be just outright painful. This is a really jerky entrance to the helix that I noticed, but the rest of it down here is actually pretty smooth. But you have a lot of segments that have little to even no banking, and those laterals are overly forceful. I actually do like the overbanked top hat right up here. I built it just for the video, not to be used for parks and stuff. Just wanted it to be cool. Well, you did a really cool thing with the scenery and how it interacts with the terrain and the scenery. But yeah, in terms of your in terms of the forces on the coaster, it needs quite a bit of tempering on the laterals. I'm guessing the way you set it up, it's probably timed for something. This is, timing aside, this is an excessively long brake run. Like a nice quiet stroll through the forest. But what you could do with this, give it some airtime hills. Give it another inversion or something like that. You've got so much dead track here, I think, is pulling your excitement down. if I'm looking from a kind of a ride enjoyment perspective in terms of the actual physical aspect of the coaster. The scenery is absolutely incredible, and that's something that we all know that you excel at. Did you notice I used the rock tower as the supports for the spike? I did. And that is really neat. I like the way that's actually set out, like on... This here isn't aligned quite, but the train doesn't actually make it that high up. It's not the actual brake run, it's just too slow, so it's enough so not yeeting to the right into the brakes. Yeah, I would reprofile that turn, make it much more gradual though. You could have it keep its pacing, you have room to add additional elements. And I've seen you do this on some other coasters, and other ones not. But you build your bricks so far out, and it slows down, and it just adds to... I call it dead track on the ride. Yeah, like that's pulling your score down. In a lot of places, it actually has really good excitement. This here, that there, little probably too much hang at the top. I would turn that launch speed up just a little bit, and that might actually help with the excitement through some of that. Which is not bad in the 6s. And even... like right here where it increases a bit, that's the perfect spot to give it some airtime, keep its momentum, make the turn more broad, bring it back around, give it another element up top before you do get into the final brakes. That's probably the most major thing I would do. Soul Crusher! Intensity over 10? Oof. This may be awkward because it's almost like stalling out upside down almost. Not upside down, but overbanked. I don't know why that is showing as high as it is. That makes no sense to me. Unless, oh, it may actually have to do with the spike. It's a very intense coaster. More theming for the thumbnail. Yeah. It's not a bad concept at all. It's absolutely beautifully presented. I think the actual physical aspect of the coaster needs work, but you've got good potential with it. I mean, you've got a really creative layout. Absolutely fantastic theming. Scenery. Anybody want some T3 witches stew? It's really cool though. I appreciate you sharing this. Absolutely beautifully presented. I mean, I could rave about how nice this looks. Yeah, so guys, I think I'm gonna try and make a song and a whole intro just for the coaster in the video. Yeah, do it. I think that would be really cool. So I think I am gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I know it's been a pretty short one, but I'm gonna try to get myself into bed. unwind a bit. I've got a long day tomorrow. I hope I don't get out of work late again. This isn't it. I'm adding more and more. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Go for it. I think it'll be really good. Use the Hocus Pocus track. Ha! Alright, guys. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I don't know what I'm gonna do stream-wise tomorrow. It's going to depend on what time I get home. I've got to do laundry. I'm gonna have to cook something probably. So we'll see. We may do a little bit more. But I feel like I just need to take a bit of a break from the tropical park again. And I'm enjoying seeing what you all are creating. I enjoy looking at stuff. Kind of showcase. This was an impromptu showcase night. So I'd definitely be willing to do more of those, but I kind of want to plan for it. So, but we'll see. Keep up the work on the collab parks. I really like what y'all are doing with that. And I know Dale and Brawlmick are working on another one that I think is really neat. Maybe we'll showcase that another time. I'd really like to check it out. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, y'all have a great night. Thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, band player, good question. Dale, are you going to be on tonight? Love y'all. You too, man. Yeah, so if you do stream, certainly everybody go check out Dale's stream. And if not, then stay tuned for it. Stay tuned for my next one. As always, folks, take care. Stay safe. Very fitting with the name of this coaster. Really cool coaster with really great scenery. T3 sucks! And we'll see ya.